Hello everyone, this is Shelby of Shelby Creations. Welcome back. I am still working on trying to learn my new camera. Um, as a result, I've gotten quite a bit done, but it was not publishing, you know, it wasn't good enough to put up. But like I said, I'm still learning my new camera, so um, I wanted to work a little bit in our journal today, and I think I learned something from my granddaughter. She's 4. And she was in there the other day with her toys, and it was like, Emma, put this away before you pull something else out. And then I sat in here afterwards looking at my desk and how I journal. And when we work on something, we try to work on the whole page, the whole page at one time, or a couple of pages at one time, start to finish. Well, why not change pace? So I figured I would learn from my granddaughter. And what I did was I pulled out things, the bigger pages that I would use as the first sheet that I would put down. And I've done that on quite a few back here. You see, it's just a piece here, a piece there. And it's, a simple way that I figured I would start. I went ahead and put my pocket together, put my first page down there. I put something, just as I went through. I didn't really want to do anything with the vellums yet. But, I thought I'd work on this some more today. And it's a new way to do things. I do have a pocket here. And all I did was ink it so it was easier to see. And then I've got a blank page here. And pull out just what would I want to start with there. Would I want that there, or maybe something like this is from a 6x6 album. Maybe something on the lower corner, upper corner. Just somewhere to start. Something to get some paper down. And then we'll go from there. We'll see where it takes us. Now this is a nice one. And this would go, I see something like this. I could even go in I like that. So let's do that one. And it means that, I get to use up a lot of these scraps and then spend a day just, as I go through and working on each page, decorating it. Because that's where we have the most fun, let's face it. Ink these edges. And you see, I'm not really very careful about my inking. I did re-ink my ink pad, so it's coming out a bit darker than usual. Now, if you don't have the re-inkers, you could spritz it with a little bit of water to revive the ink if it starts to get a little dry. These are so forgiving. Now, these ink pads. This one you could add the water to. The Distress Oxides, I wouldn't, because they change color when you add water to them. But these are fine with. And I did refill my glue bottle. I did it right before I started filming. Because I know I always keep saying, I need to do that, but I did it. Oh, I'm proud of myself. I'm going to go over that crease good. And then just put some glue around the edges. Hold on to that edge. Some here in the middle. Get it that way. And now, turn this over. Make sure I've got it set right. And put it in that crease, first thing. I'll use my finger, set it in that crease. Pull that part down and that down. There, now I've got a beginning here and a beginning here. On that page, I may want to do more, but what I want to do now, no, because I may want to do something on the edge that'll stick in there. So I'm going to leave that part there. Just fold that over and I can move on to the next page. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I kind of like that thing, or maybe the top part. Okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to tear it off. I can get it torn straight here. And if not, that's fine. I like the jaggedy edge. And what this will do is this will give us a starting point on our pages. Then we can come back with our stickers and other ephemera and whatever. But it gives us a starting point and it gets rid of all of our, well, it's not going to get rid of all my scraps, but it'll put a nice dent into them. Put that one there. Let's see, on my next page, because I've got a lot of color here, I was thinking, no, that's not going to do it. What else have I got? Ooh. Is that going to do like that? Put that there instead. Okay. Because I know I try to do plain on some of these pages. And especially when there's color on them. So. Now on the base ones, I'm not really worried if I don't go all the way to the edge with my glue, because that gives me a place I can tuck something under if I need to. If I want a little something to go under the edge there, I've got their space. If not, I can always glue it down later. But this is going to make the process a bit quicker in working in our journal. Not that we want to rush through it, but this way we can look and see, instead of doing all of this at once, we can do maybe, I'll just put a few pages here, or I may do another page over here, and then come back, and then it's like, oh, I like the way this one started. I know what I can do. And it gives us a starting process for our creativity. And this is also good if you sort of, lost that little bit of zeal we usually have. Every now and then we sort of lose our way. But it's okay. We come back, we do a few more pages, we do this, we do that, and before you know it, we're back in the swing again. I've gone through that quite a bit, to where I'll sit and it's just like, well, what do I do next? I don't really see anything I want to work on. And at that point, what helped me was cleaning. All right, well, maybe, I don't really feel like doing anything. Let me straighten out, this box of ephemera, or this box of odds and sods, or whatever. And before you know it, we're sitting there like, ooh, I remember I got this for whatever. Or, this would really look good if I did such and such. And it will hopefully spark our joy again. Ooh, I like that. But I don't want the inside there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tear that part off and then come down here. I know one thing that I used to hate doing was fussy cutting, because I was never any good at it. It was like the border would be too wide, or it would be too narrow, or I cut the wrong thing off. But a friend of mine told me that if you don't like doing it because you don't think you're good at it, practice. So that's what I did. I used to, print out digis and or print out flowers or copy pages from books or whatever that had things on it that I thought would look good, and I fussy cut. I think I fussy cut till the cows come home. Some of you won't know what that is, but a lot of you will know what that saying means. And it got to the point to where I was okay. No, I'm not the greatest fussy cutter. Yes, I am still horrible at it, but it got me to the point to where I'm not bothered if one side has too much margin than the other. It got me comfortable. Plus, it got me comfortable using my scissors. Because each pair of scissors is different. Each cutting edge is different. And it's just, you get to know your tools. Like, I used to have a Cricut. And at first I thought, because it was something my mother had bought me, and I thought, well, gee, this is really neat. And I fiddled with it, and I could do a few things with it, but the more I worked with it, the more disenchanted I became with it. Until the point to where it was like, I can do this a lot easier with a pair of scissors. And that's what I started doing. I thought the Cricut would be a great way to get out of all the fussy cutting because I was not very good at it. And then it got to where I only had one place where I could set up the Cricut or to place the Cricut, to put my Cricut. But then to use it, I had to drag it out. And then it seemed like the sheets never stayed sticky more than just a time or two. And it was always, well, that didn't come out. I need to recut it. I was always buying replacement blades. And it was one thing after another. And of course, that was back with the original Expressions. We would buy the cartridges. They were expensive as all get out. So I lost interest in it. I know that's sad to say. But I did. I lost interest in it. And then it got to the point to where I got more satisfied with my fussy cutting. I think I'm going to leave that part. How much do I need to? And and then it sat on the shelf, and I didn't use it for the longest time, and finally got rid of it. I gave it to one of my girls. Just bundled the whole thing up, put it in a care package, and said, here you go. See, is that long enough? Yeah. Now I'm going to leave the margin on this because I want to come back later and maybe stamp that. That would be pretty stamped. And if not, I could put washi tape down there. See, the possibilities, once this base is on, can be endless. It's whatever you want to do to it, because it's your journal. You do you. And your journal is your expression. It's what you like, what sparks your happiness, your creativity. So, you do you. And then we go on. I've got those done. There's a few more. That's a piece of vellum. That's the back of that. That's coffee dyed paper. What if we come in with the flower. But I think what I'm going to do is what I like to call fussy tearing. Mainly because I don't want to pull out my scissors. I'm just going to tear around that flower. And you notice I'm holding my thumb there and I'm tearing around the edge of my thumb where I want to tear it off at. Right, then I'm going to come down here. Leave a little straight part there. I'm not worried with that. I can deal with that. I may cover it up with something. Do I want to? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of those. I'm going to just tear those off too. Come right down here, all the way around this flower, just like that. There. Nice and simple. Around my edges here. But I thought we'd do this time. We'll just put in some pages. And then next video, some of the pages we just stuck in here and there. I mean, because right now I've got way too much stuff on my desk. I'm down to this one little area to work in. Ooh, I like that. So this will get rid of, this will open up this whole area over here for me if I get through these pages. Which means I can pull out more stuff to work on. But as you can see, we still got a way to go. I have done quite a bit in here since the last time. I do like my butterfly there. So it's a matter of, you work in your journal when it's comfortable for you to do. And not everything has to be, flowers or this or that. It's what makes you happy that day. This I got to figure out what I want to do with. This was a little address book. I had the pages and I put just a little cardstock in here so it comes out like an address book. Not sure where I'm going to go with that. So if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments below. So I'm always open to new ideas. But still got a long way to go. And then I've got new ones waiting in the wings that I have put together. I figure out what needs to go under that flip. And if I want to maybe change that to a pocket or just leave it a flip up there. I said, you decide as you go. What may work on this day may not work tomorrow, but it'll work. Something will work out the next day. So, but this is where we are, just filling in pages. So I'll work some more on this, and then next video when I come back, we'll work on some of these pages where we only put, our first sheet down, and see where we go from there. So maybe it's time we took a lesson from my granddaughter and pull out one thing at a time. Let's work on one thing at a time. And this day, it was base pages. We'll see what else will be our one thing for next time. So until then, if you like what you saw, what I shared with you today, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified of more great crafty things coming your way. And I will see you later. Bye, guys.